Hello, I'm 4beats, and this is my 2+2. Two matches from last week that may have been more important than you thought, two upcoming matches that have a little more story to them than you might think. Let's get into it. Starting with the matches from last week. Picado Squad Gaming versus 5-Man Midas. Whoa, lower division matches? What is this? Well, let me tell you, skeptical NA Dota viewer, we had an absolute barn burner of a matchup in the lower division last week. After coming through the open qualifiers, Picado Squad Gaming, a completely green lineup of players, kicked former upper division squad 5-Man Midas to the curb in a surprise upset nobody expected. Picado's mid, P1, put the rest of the mids in the lower division on notice with his performance in this series. He had a perfect Ember Spirit performance in Game 2, and an equally impressive Puck performance in Game 1. That's right, watch out Ray Lalisa, keep your head on a swivel Canis Bulbus, P1 is coming. And they were having fun the entire time, constantly tipping lies from 5-Man Midas any chance they got. Picado Squad Gaming might turn out to be the bracket destroyers of the lower division. Simply 2-Base versus Black and Yellow. Let's give some backstory. This was 2-Base upper division debut after a stellar, undefeated performance in the lower division last season. In the meantime, during the great North American roster migration, they lost their 4 position and standout player, Z-Freak. Many were skeptical about how they would perform in the upper division. However, they were able to pick up Fleet, and this is where it gets spicy. The former 4 position for Black and Yellow, who was able to beat out his old teammates 2-1. Fleet then goes on to flame his former teammates.
I mean, it feels good to beat them, but, they're trash without me.
Is this arrogance? You're damn right it is. And that's exactly what we love to see here, folks. Now on to the matches coming up. Undying versus 4 Zoomers. Lots of parity between these two teams. Last season we saw Undying take the matchup 2-1, and afterwards, a very excited Moonmeander proclaimed that they were 4 cheesers and weren't even in the same tier as Undying. 4 Squeakers quickly struck back hard, embarrassing Undying 3-1 in the grand finals of the BTS Pro Series. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've got a full-fledged rivalry on our hands. Both want to prove that they're capable of qualifying for the major, but in the end, it's likely only one will have a shot, and this matchup will probably determine that. It's looking spicy. If Undying versus 4 Zoomers is a rivalry game, then Quincy Crew versus Black and Yellow is your classic North American grudge match. And this one goes all the way back to 2017, when EE, the great heel of NA Dota, was the master of his own team, Team NP. He not only kicked SVG, one of the founding members of the Anime Brotherhood, but he also denied Quinn's second attempt to go to the International in a tiebreaker after Quinn's team, Team Freedom, stomped through the group stage of the TI-7 qualifiers. But Quinn wasn't the only one from Team Freedom whose hopes were shattered by the Great Weeb. A young Yawar was also denied entry into the biggest event of the year by Eternal Envy. Will Quinn, Yawar, and SVG have their revenge? Or will Eternal Envy deny them once again? I'm 4beats, and that was my 2+2.